Welcome to Digital Hospitality. I am your host, Sean Walchef. This is a Cali BBQ Media production. Way back many moons ago in 2017, we started this crazy little show, and now here we are 7 years later. I can't tell you how grateful I am that you, the audience, you, the listener, are here. If you're new, welcome. We believe that every business needs to be digital first, especially brick and mortar businesses like restaurants. We also believe that every business is in the hospitality business, whether they know it or not. Our goal with this show was to have incredible conversations with interesting people, smart people that were playing the game within the game, great people in hospitality, great people in tech, great storytellers, great people in sales. And here we are 7 years later. And we have a community. We have an amazing community of people that do all kinds of incredible things. Welcome, if you're new to the show, to this community. Today, I want to introduce you to a special guest. His name is Rean Mckinley. He is the executive GM at Gusto Italian Grill and Bar, one of the most popular restaurants on the Atlantic Canada's side, one of the busiest restaurants. I was lucky to get introduced to Rean. This is the first time that we've actually talked, but it's because of digital hospitality. It's because of our deep belief in the internet. It's our deep belief in technology. But a company called Connecteam, they found me on this magical thing called the internet. They found me through LinkedIn and introduced me to Rean, told me about some of the things that he's doing. And I said, I have to have him on the show to talk to our community, to let them know some of the tech tools that they're using to move their business forward, to improve their teams, improve their culture, run better restaurants. Rean, welcome to the show.
Hey, thank you so much for that intro, Sean. Appreciate it.
Of course, man. For me, it's really exciting. I think we take a lot of these tools for granted, the internet specifically. We take the fact that it's 2024, we're recording this episode, and I built a media company on top of my restaurant, and I use YouTube and Spotify and Apple Podcasts and Instagram and TikTok, and everyone has access to those things. But if you're willing to do the work, you can start not only making connections all over the world, but you can also start improving what's right in front of you. So I'd really like to get into kind of your story in restaurants. You wouldn't be the executive general manager of one of the busiest restaurants in Canada if you didn't have a passion for hospitality. Do you remember your first aha moment of hospitality is in my DNA?
Yeah. I mean, for me, I started, it was my first job. So I started when I was 15, 16 years old. I'm 36 now. So I started as a dishwasher for one of my friend's dads. He had a little sandwich shop on Vancouver Island. And I worked my way up. I ended up becoming an expediter at a really busy pub, became a server, a bartender, and then I've been managing a number of different restaurants over the past couple of decades here. One of the highlights for me definitely was working for Princess Cruise Line. So I had a great opportunity in my early 20s to work for Princess on the Sun Princess. And the itinerary we did, it was just amazing. It was called the Cherry Blossom Itinerary. So I got to see places in South Africa, Southeast Asia, all over Australia, and just really interesting opportunity working with such a dynamic group of people from all over the world with my time with Princess. My girlfriend and I, we moved from Vancouver Island about almost 4.5 years ago now to Moncton, and I've been working here for Brett Judson, who owns a number of restaurants here in the city. And I've been working for him for almost 4 years here, and this is the best job I've had. And yeah, just really passionate hospitality guy, and really happy to be where I am.
Do you remember your first interview with him?
With Brett? Good question. I do. Yeah, I remember. I was very nervous for the interview because this is my first GM job, and I really, I was at the time I was 32, and these I kind of feel like your 30s can really be prime GM years, right? You still have a lot of energy. You've got a bit of foundation now from your 10 years or so in the hospitality. So I really wanted to impress him. And I just remember how impressed I was about how down to earth he was. He's got a reputation in our city and in Moncton and in Canada as being such a great, down to earth, generous guy. And it just every nerve I had heading into that interview was just immediately washed away as soon as I met him. He's the best guy you could work for. So
And when you became GM, how many was there? Was it one GM position? Is that
Yeah, it was a GM position here that had opened up, and I was working. I'd had a few different jobs as assistant general manager or as acting GM at some restaurants in Vancouver Islands. But yeah, this is my first opportunity to be GM, and I'm just so happy to be part of the team here. And our team has done a lot of great things over the past few years. We've grown our team from about 50 55 people. We're at around 105 team members now. So
wow?
yeah, just to keep up with the volume that we have, and that's a testament to the entire team we have here. We really take hospitality very serious, and we do things a little bit differently here. And when we start talking about Connecteam, I'm excited to share some of the things that's allowed us to do here.
I would love. I mean, that's incredible to have 100 employees at one
Yeah,
one location.
one location. Yeah,
Wow, that is
yeah.
a very busy, high volume spot.
Yeah, we
Um,
are. We did over 12,600 guests last month. We're only open for dinner service. So for us, we're still trying to chase that 700 cover night. That's kind of our big goal. But for us, like 500 to 600 covers is that's a very common Friday, Saturday night for us. Throughout the week, we'll do anywhere from 300 to 450 covers. Like last night was a slower Monday for us. We did 256 guests. And that's a quiet night for us for sure. Yeah,
wow,
new team members are always blown away with how busy we are. Yeah.
that's amazing. Bring me into when you first became GM. What did the tech stack look like? How many years ago? What year was this? It's
Yes.
pre-pandemic.
This was right during the pandemic, so right
Okay.
about 4 years ago. And yeah, I mean, there was a lot of we're an independent, we're a family-run restaurant, right? We take a lot of pride in that. But the implementation over the past few years of Connecteam, Toast has been huge for us, right? Sling, all of these different apps that we've brought in have really streamlined things. They've made it easier on our management team. They've also made it easier on all of our team members as well. But before, I mean, we were using handwritten schedules at certain times, like Excel spreadsheets.
Hmm.
Uh, yeah, we really changed a lot how we operate over the past 4 years here.
Were you on Connect Team when you got the job?
No, no. So we started on Connecteam almost 2 years ago, I would say.
Okay.
There was this one night where I was just thinking of like, man, I wish we had some sort of a communication app. And I just went to my computer and I started research. I was like, is there something like this, like that I have in my mind out there in the world? And then I stumbled across Connecteam randomly, and I was like, this has everything that we're kind of looking for, because we were using for our communication, we were using Facebook. We have like an internal Facebook page where we'd send updates out, and that works to a degree. But there were so many things I wanted our team to have. Like a lot of corporate restaurants I've worked at, they have their own internal onboarding programs. They have their own programs for courses where they kind of gamify things, like a lot of the big chains.
Hmm.
And I wanted a version of that for our team here. And Connecteam really allows independent restaurants to build that themselves from the ground up. It's easy, it's clean, and yeah, and that's what we've been doing here.
That's amazing. So when
Yeah,
you found them, do you remember doing the demo and
I do.
seeing, what the technology looked like? How
Yeah.
did that process go?
I was very impressed by that. So it was they were very quick to get back to me when I reached out. We had a call, like a Zoom call. I talked about what was important to us here at Gusto. They have different tiers of packages that you can have with Connecteam. We went pretty much with the all-inclusive one, and they were great. They're so great too. Their customer service. Anytime I need to get a hold of them for something, there's an online like a chatbot that gets in touch with the person right away. If you email them more detailed things or issues, they get back to you right away. It's pretty phenomenal.
Can you share a little bit about forms?
Yeah, oh my, I would love to talk about forms. That's one of my
So
favorite things. So
it's funny. I was my GM. He just got back from Alaska from some paid time off. Much deserved. Eric. He's been with us since we opened, and I told him that I was having this interview today and showed him the Connecteam app. He's like, "Oh my god!" Like he totally geeked out. He was like, "This
yeah,
this is like I'll talk about forms all day." So he should really be doing this interview. But
you guys are doing.
tell me about forms.
So I'm a nerd with it too. I love forms. So the big thing we actually use forms for, and I don't know if it was designed to do this, but what all of us every department here at Gusto, we use forms for digital checklists. So, you know, so many times I feel like working in hospitality or working in restaurants, let's say you have a bartender checklist as an example, a physical checklist that every restaurant has for their open, their close, whatever it is. At some point, people end up, in my experience, just checking things off. It just becomes a thing. Even our managers or myself, even, right? I know I need to do this, check, 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 check. What we've done with forms is we've created digital checklists that require photo confirmation for everything, and our staff love it because it holds everybody accountable. So as an example, for a server checklist, let's say we have our ninth off server checklist. That checklist might have, do 25 roll-ups, set the linens, make sure your tables are cleared, bring down 3 boxes of empty bottles. But all of these tasks require a photo to be taken and shared. Then all of the departments, every person in that department can see that person's checklist as well. Yep. So there is no more, not that we really had this problem anyways, because we have a more senior staff here, but there is no more, Janice didn't do her side work or this person didn't do their roll-ups. It's like, well, hold on, let's take a look at that. And you can see the photo confirmation that it was done. It's ultimate accountability, and it's so easy to set up. And with us being here in Atlantic Canada, we get a lot of snow, right, in the winter. So it allows us in the winter season, we can go in, let's say for the manager walkthrough, shoveling the driveways is something we need to add in the winter time. You can just go in, add that. It takes a few seconds. You can remove things. It's one of the best features on Connecteam. That's how we use it. I'm not sure how your chef is using it, but that's a big thing for us.
Hey everyone, Avi Gorin, CEO and co-founder of Marquee, and I want to talk about the customer journey for a second. You never know as a restaurant owner where your guests are truly coming from. End of the day, we do see some patterns around 2 types of search behaviors: direct versus discovery. Direct search, for an example, would be jumping into Google and saying Cali barbecue hours, right? I know where I want to go to eat, but I'm missing a key detail. I need a little bit more information. Discovery, which is the bulk of searches, is barbecue in San Diego, restaurants near me, takeout near me, right? One of the best ways to be found for more discovery searches is leveraging keywords. Reviews are basically free content for you to leverage. Think about keywords that are relevant to your brand, your location, and include as many of those in your review responses as possible, right? How can you go about doing this? Let's set up reports, utilize tools like Google Trends, find out what's going on in your area and how you can help leverage these keywords and review responses, because someone else is doing that, right? If you need some examples, you could do anything from including summer menu, gluten-free menu, leverage specific menu items like the dreaded and beloved spice pumpkin anything in your review responses, right? Let them know what's coming. Let your reviewers know something they should come back and try. And of course, if all of this just seems overwhelming and daunting because you're already running a restaurant and have enough on your plate, just leverage the team at Marquee to do this for you. We handle all of this. We're experts in this space. We can automate this so it's just another item that you know you are taking care of. Again, that's marquee.com, marquii.com. No U. However, we did recently buy marquii.com. So if you do misspell it, we got you. You'll still find us. We can still help you.
The results are in. National Restaurant Association show. Kyle and Sarah and myself, we were at the Davos sales tax booth and we were polling restaurant owners on the floor. This was a very unscientific poll, but the results are resounding. Restaurant owners do not like sales tax. Nobody likes sales tax. Doesn't matter what business owner you are, small business, big business. Davo automates the sales tax process. We are so grateful that Davo is the sponsor of this show. They automate sales tax at our Cali barbecue restaurants. It is $50 a month. It integrates with all the major point of sale partners, including Toast. So if you want to sleep at night, if you want to not worry about sales tax, go to Davo, check them out, Davo Sales Tax. Let us know how they're helping automate your sales tax in your restaurant so that we can share your Davo story on digital hospitality. That's amazing. Can you talk a little bit about training? How do you guys build a training culture? 100 employees, that's a lot of people to keep in the right direction, making sure that your hospitality is done the Gusto way.
Yeah, I had a couple notes here, and that was my number one thing I was pumped to talk to you about was the onboarding process, because Connecteam has changed the way we onboard a new person and the success rate. And I would say it's also made it so that we have a lot less turnover because of the onboarding process. I'll just kind of back up a bit. So before, as an independent restaurant, as organized as we try to be, onboarding could be a bit tricky, right? We would hire somebody, we'd complete a new hire package. Our accounting office is not actually located in our restaurant. It's somewhere else in the city. So it would be the responsibility before Connecteam of the manager to complete the onboarding package, send that onboarding package to the accounting team. I can't tell you how, as organized as we try to be, I can't tell you how many times we would get messages on the day of payroll being like, hey, we're missing a new hire package for your new line cook or for this dishwasher. It was always a headache, right? Now with Connecteam, we have a digital onboarding form. So as soon as we decide to hire somebody, that new team member completes the form. That onboarding pack is immediately, as soon as that person hits send, that's sent to our accounting and it's sent to me and to our chef. So it's just done right there. There is no more missing a new package. Then in terms of what it's like from the new team members' perspective, as soon as we onboard a new person, they're in Connecteam, they have access to all of our syllabuses for the back of house, for the front of house. They have access to our floor plan, all of the training courses that we built out and designed for each department. They have access to those. We're huge into communication. Our staff would almost say probably too much. I send out so many updates to our team every single day in Connecteam. But all of those things, so they kind of can get a taste of our culture before they even walk through the door. The other day, we hired a brand new server, so our turnover has been really good. We're just hiring one person for the fall this year to kind of round out our 30-person server team here.
Wow.
Yeah. But for that process, I actually put him onto the Connecteam app a week before the interview. So he had access to see what we're about. He can see our updates. He can have access to our courses, and he can kind of get a taste of what Gusto is before we even decide if we're going to hire him. So that was the first time I did that. I'm not sure if that'll be an always thing. I was pretty sure I was going to hire this person based off some feedback I had. Moncton's a pretty small town, but it's such a phenomenal tool.
I think and giving that level of transparency is huge for setting expectations of what is this company about. Company culture, I think, is something that we talk a lot about. It's a buzzword, but how do you actually build culture? And it starts with communication. If you can't communicate what you care about, why you care about it, then people are just operating, just swimming without any direction.
I completely agree. And like for us, I'm a big football guy, and I'm all about numbers, right? So a big part of our culture, which we put through in our updates, is our constant improve. We just finished a 31st consecutive month of cover improve based off over the previous month, which is a challenging thing for us to do, especially when we're doing these high cover counts anyways, but we share this internally. So every day, like our daily updates share how many covers we're at, how many we did last year, how many covers we did the previous month. Like our whole team is talking covers, and our hosts, when they're on the floor, they're incentivized to get more covers in house. So we're very, very driven. Our team is for setting records, setting covers. That's a big part of our culture here at Gusto.
How do you measure success with employee engagement within the app?
Great question. So you can see everything. So, which is phenomenal. So if I put an update out, let's say this morning, we're doing a sales contest right now. So I put out an update earlier this morning. The second I post that update, I can view who has seen that and what time. It's time stamped at what time there is, which is great, right? It also allows you to, when you put an update out, Connecteam allows you to require confirmation. So let's say there's a housekeeping change, especially for an independent restaurant. I'm sure there can be lots of things that get changed on the fly, and that can be challenging for team members, right? It's like one day, Sean told us to do this. Now our chef is telling us this, right? It can be because they might not know about the change. With Connecteam, you can send out an update. You can require confirmation for 7 days, 14 days, 30 days. every time that team member signs into the app, it's going to pop up on their phone first thing, and they have to confirm that they've read that. So there is, let's say you have a change in your policy for staff meals, you put that out, everyone sees it, they have to approve. There is no, I didn't know that that changed, or, you know, everyone's just on the same page with it.
What does digital hospitality mean to you?
That's a great question. Digital hospitality, what does that mean to me? That's such a good question. I mean, maybe educating yourself on hospitality through the internet. What does it mean to you?
I mean, it's our thesis. It's why we're doing this show. It's why you and I are connected, why whoever's listening to this, watching this,
Yeah.
eventually we hope becomes a friend forever. I mean, hospitality is kindness to strangers, right? I had
Right.
this crazy idea that if I put my face on the internet and talked and had a podcast and did videos and wrote articles, that I would connect to other people that
Right.
were like me, that were curious. Like I don't have the answers. Like
Yeah.
I've been 16 years running our restaurants in San Diego. I'm still trying to figure it out. You know, we're
Right.
still trying to build a better team. We're still trying to recruit better. We're still trying to be more profitable. We're still trying
Yeah.
to build better community, you know, take care of every guest, serve better barbecue. I still don't have all the answers, but I know that because of technology, like we can connect to other incredible people all over the globe.
Right.
You know, there could be a phenomenal restaurant in Canada that has
Yeah.
100 employees that's using technology, and I could have this aha moment of like, wow, how I've never heard of Connecteam. And maybe that's the thing that helps, you know, another local independent restaurant in Australia find out about technology that can transform their business.
That answer is a lot better than my answer. That's for sure. I have to say too, in looking at what you've done in the Instagram space, or just your presence online, it's so impressive. You know, even seeing that last interview that you did with Shaq and Dana White's walking out, like that's just, it's got to be so cool for you to see all the hard work I imagine you've been putting in over the years, and seeing it all coming and working out for you. So cool.
It's, you know, it's one of those things that we have deep belief. This is Hospitality is such a hard business. You know, it's like goes back to like Canterbury Tales, where, you know, it's the innkeeper trying to take care of villagers that are coming in. Like it doesn't matter how big your city is, how big your community is, how big your restaurant is, like we're all trying to do the same thing, and that's make a magical moment of someone that walks in. Hopefully that person that walks in, they fall in love with your restaurant, they fall in love with what you're serving, how you make them feel, and that they love it so much they have to go tell somebody else. And if they go
Right.
tell somebody else, what's even better is like how do they become a generational guest or
Mm-hmm.
somebody that's a brand advocate? I mean, I can't imagine how many people love Gusto. Like
Yeah.
it's, you know, I can't wait to one day go there just to feel it for myself, because, you know, just going online, seeing what you guys are doing on Instagram, seeing what your website is, like I can feel the energy, and talking to you, I know you guys are running an incredible operation, let alone all the other operations that you guys have under the belt.
Thank you, Sean. It means a lot. I appreciate that.
It's hard work, you know,
Yeah.
like it's hard work, and sometimes you don't think people notice, but the magical thing for me is that the internet connects all of us. Like if it wasn't for Connecteam, they're gone out of their way, they're going to be giving you $100 gift card just for participating in this.
Right.
And they want people to know, you know, that ultimately that they just want they love the technology that they've built. And
Yeah.
like for me, I love doing work like this because I can learn about great technology that's helping us take care of our village, take care of our city, take care of our community.
Right. Can I share two more things with you about Connecteam
Please.
that I love?
Absolutely.
So,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
one other big thing for us is recognition. So, Connecteam actually has a tab. It's called the recognition tab, where you can shout out a team member, and it kind of acts like almost like a Facebook feed, like for everybody's page. So when I post an update, or if our managers post an update, or a chef does something, there's almost like a scrolling news feed on the app, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can also post recognitions for team members that everyone in the company sees. So, which is great. You know, let's say a bartender absolutely crushed it the night before. They're really busy in the well. They rocked it out. You can post a nice message for them, right? Which is great
Yep.
for that person. Everybody sees it. Then everyone else can pile on. They can like that. They can comment. Then the other big thing that I love about Connecteam is the courses. So the way that, and this kind of goes back to the onboarding, but how easy it is to build courses. So I'll give you a little example. We're rolling out a bit of a new menu change. We're aiming for the 15th. I literally, something that would have taken me maybe like 5-6 hours to do with our chef and I took our new menu, right? We took it, we went into ChatGPT, put the new menu into ChatGPT, asked it to build a 10 multiple choice question quiz for each segment of the menu.
Amazing.
It does it instantly. You know, not every question's perfect, but you can go back and forth this a bit, right? Then you just go into Connecteam, build the course out. It has a beautiful template for menus. Put a photo of the new menu item, put your questions that you've just generated, put the answers. That's it. You build it out. It takes about an hour to do. And then you have this slick corporate looking menu quiz, menu course. You roll it out to the whole team, set a deadline. You can see when people have completed the course, their progress in the course. Beautiful. So
it's incredible.
Yeah, it's very, and being able to see people's progress too and where they're at is amazing. So.
And it's all mobile.
I would say, I mean, I work almost strictly on the on my computer on it, just because I'm doing bigger things on it.
But all the employees.
Every team member we have, I would say like 95% are probably viewing it on their phone. Yeah.
Amazing.
Absolutely.
I would love to just ask you, since I have you, when did you guys switch over to Toast?
So we switched over to Toast in November. You're on the Toast advisory board, right? I
am on the customer. I will take all feedback. You tell me anything, I'll take it right to the top of the food chain.
Firstly, as much as I love Connecteam, I equally love Toast in the same way. I can't tell you how many times I've messaged Toast about certain things and they've gone back to me, and there's so much.
How are you messaging them? Are you messaging them?
I messaged them through. We had this amazing sales rep who set us up with Toast. I usually message her, and then she.
What's her name?
Oh my gosh, I can't believe.
I can't believe I'm
drawing a blank here. She's gonna kill me if she sees this. Yeah, I have her on my phone.
She might see it.
With that,
go ahead and look.
Sorry, I'm on my phone here. 1 second. I'm gonna get back.
We'll edit this. Aaron, edit this out.
Okay. But no, she was phenomenal. I'll email you her name.
Okay. We'll put it in the show notes.
Yeah, her customer service is just it was phenomenal. Like, she would get back to me on days off, all this stuff. I reached out to Toast asking them if we could shoot a commercial for them. And then I was in touch with I think he might be in Ireland, but one of the heads of marketing for Toast, a guy I do some videos with, we had a Zoom call talking about it. We have another meeting set up, because we once we had Toast.
Gavin?
What's that?
Were you talking to Gavin?
I was talking to Gavin. Yeah, that's it. So we had a meeting with him. He's a great guy, very smart guy. So it's just not in the cards right now, I think, doing something with them, but since we've had it here, I feel like I'm a salesperson for Toast, because Traverna, a Greek restaurant, has rolled Toast out after our recommendation. We have Sandbar, Captain Dan's, Sophie and Spritz Boulevard. These are all restaurants locally in Moncton that now have Toast, because we had it here and we raved about it.
Amazing.
So, yeah, a couple things with Toast that I would love, and I almost hate saying anything negative about it because I love it so much.
No, the best part about Toast is they want critical feedback. That way they can build
a detailed breakdown of what I've sent them about.
Perfect. Send it to me.
I'll send it to you. Yeah, I will. I'm just gonna make a note of that. But a couple things. So we want to use Toast tables so much. We're using Talk. Talk has been a game changer for us. I don't know if you're familiar with Talk. It's a Chicago. It's the best, in my opinion, the best reservation software I've used, and I've used a lot of them. For us doing such high volume, there's certain things that we have to have. So I was so keen to roll out Toast tables. We got all the tablets here after we had Toast. We set everything up. We did a training with our host team. We rolled it out, and then I realized it was missing 2 key features. You can't access it on the web. It's only app-based. For us, that is a devastating hit, because all of our managers will we set our floor plan from home early in the morning, right? We set our floor plan, do all of this. We send that message out to the team. So our servers know when they're heading in for the night already, where their section is, how many covers we're expecting, all of this. Not being able to do that hurts us. And because we're so big volume, like let's say we're looking at a 600 cover night, we need to meticulously move things around, shuffle things. We have like this has an hour and a half time limit. With toast tables, there's no access to a snapshot. There is a snapshot, but it's nowhere near how good Talks is. Like I can look at Talk and we post our snapshot to our team every day. Like we screen grab it and post that on our daily update. With Toast, they didn't have that. They had like a timeline feature, but it's just nowhere near as clean as Talk. So I sent them all this, including screenshots from Talk, showing this is what we need for our volume. Anyways, I'll send that stuff to you. A couple other little things, just like quality of life features. I want to be cognizant of your time. Do you want to?
You're good.
Okay.
This is digital hospitality. We do deep dives on tech.
Okay, cool.
Tech, hospitality, restaurants.
Yeah. The other big thing I would say, so we have a 6-screen KDS for our main kitchen. We have an 11-person line usually, right? And the way it's set up from the front of house facing side, we have the expediter screen, okay? The main expo. We usually have 3 expos on, and then we have the food running screen. Right now, we'll do a lot of larger parties. We'll have a lot of like 10, 12s, 14s reservations of this side. Right now, let's say an expo has a 10 top, right? The front of house facing expo. They bump that 10 top, they've completed the order, that gets sent to the food running screen. But on that food running screen, there's no way to highlight that item again that it's been ran out. So what I mean by that is what we do right now, once it goes to the food running screen, that other expo is just highlighting the items on the order. But if they need to go and send another item out, or let's say there's only 6 of the 8 items up at that very second, they can't, it doesn't save it, if that makes sense. Like if there was some sort of a feature where you could click the item and show that it's been ran from that secondary food running screen, it would be very helpful. I know that might be unique to our restaurant, because I think maybe a lot of restaurants only have
nothing's unique.
Nothing's
if
unique.
There's anything that I've learned about digital hospitality, whoever's listening to this, whatever your issue is, I mean, I think it's a testament to Connecteam. It's a testament to you, Rean, the fact that anyone, if you love what you're doing, if you love what you're working with, if you are willing to work with technology, the best technology companies on earth, Connecteam, Toast, whoever they are, you know, we have so many in our ecosystem, but like they care about what they're building and they want to make it better. And the only way to make it better is by working with people like you, like me, that are servicing customers. Like, that's it.
And then the other big thing, so, and this blows my mind actually. So, and again, I'm the biggest Toast advocate. You have no idea, like I am. But Toast obviously realizes how important dollar per guest is, because dollar per guest is literally, there's only so much real estate on the Toast app, right? Which the Toast app is fantastic. That's one of the 8 or 9 boxes that they prioritize. They know how valuable that is as restaurant operators. But when you go into the back end, it doesn't show up when you're looking at employee stats. So as an example, we run a lot of server contests, right? We're doing one right now where we're tracking our dessert conversion, appetizer conversion, all of these different metrics. Right now, if I'm going to the back end of things, I can see the average order of a server, which is kind of helpful, but I can't see their dollar per guest spend. So I'm doing these myself, and some other restaurants that are on a similar program to us, we're manually doing these calculations. We're pulling people individually. I just feel like there's so much work that could be done on the back end, which would be so helpful for restaurant operators in tracking different metrics for servers.
Send me the info.
I will.
Yep, I'll get it to the right people. Anything on the Connecteam? Who's your success manager?
I'm not sure.
Maya?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
we met with Maya, and she showed us how well you've utilized the Connecteam app. Like it was magical. Like how well your team specifically has gone above and beyond to utilize so many of the tools that they've built for restaurants.
That's great to hear. Yeah, our team has done a phenomenal job with it. So
anything that you'd like to say to anybody that's considering moving to a communications first platform, something like Connecteam specifically?
I would say with Connecteam, do it. It's gonna streamline your operations, especially if you're an independent restaurant. It's gonna give you a lot of that corporate a lot of the corporate vibe for things like onboarding for your courses. You're going to increase the product knowledge of your team. You're gonna increase retention by doing things like recognition posts, things like this. It's a no-brainer in my opinion. It's made all of our jobs as managers here at Gusto so much more easy. Without question.
When someone comes to Gusto, what do they need to order? What do you recommend?
I would order, when you come here, I would order the chicken parmesan for sure. It's the size of your head for sure.
The chicken parmesan.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Fantastic. What's the best way if somebody hears this to keep in touch with you? You're on LinkedIn? I know that.
Yeah.
Are you more active on LinkedIn or Instagram?
LinkedIn for sure. I'm trying. I'd love to grow my Instagram a bit more, but LinkedIn's definitely the best way to reach out.
Okay. We will put links to that, and then we'll put links to Gusto in the comments. Obviously, if you want to learn more about Connecteam, please reach out to Connecteam. We'll put links into the show notes as well. If you have a Connecteam story, if you are listening to this and you have a Connecteam story, please send me a message at Sean P. Walchef, ShawnPWalchef. We love to hear digital hospitality stories from all over the globe, not just in the restaurant business, any business. This is a new world that we're going after, a new world that we're living in, and it's a magical world if you're willing to do the work. Rean, it's been awesome, man. I'm super excited, grateful that they connected us. If you ever find yourself in sunny San Diego, let me know.
I will for sure.
I know you're a busy man, but and if when I make it to Canada, where specifically?
We're in Moncton, New Brunswick.
So how do I get there?
From San Diego, it's a bit of a trek. You're gonna have to be on a few flights.
How do I go? Give me the play-by-play.
You know what? I feel like you'd have to go through Toronto,
Okay.
and then probably Toronto. And then into Moncton.
And then how do I drive from Toronto?
No, you would fly from Toronto to Moncton.
Okay.
Yeah.
How long is that flight?
I'm not. I want to say 2 or 3 hours. I'm still a bit new to the East Coast here, so
okay.
Yeah, not too long though.
Not too long. All right. Well, we've been to Toronto. We won't the what did you say? Chicken parm?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Chicken parm.
Yeah, it's our top selling item for sure.
There it is. All right, you guys, we appreciate you. As always, stay curious, get involved. Don't be afraid to ask for help, and we'll catch you guys next week. Thanks for listening.
Thanks, Sean.